Hey guys, welcome to another episode on my channel. So today we are going to talk about Pydantic, what it is and how it can help you. Well, if you are into small projects, you are probably never going to use it. But if you are into huge projects, it's not necessary, but it's going to save you from a lot of trouble. So basically what Pydantic actually is, you know, in Python, if you say something like name equals John. You can also say in another line name equals 10, and if you run this code, you're not going to receive any error because Python it's not type strict. And this is actually a wonderful feature, but with big projects it's going to cause you more harm than good. So with Pydantic we are going to make sure that certain variable is going to receive only certain type of values. So now go to your terminal and type pip install Pydantic, and I already have this installed. Now in order to use it I'm going to say from Pydantic import. First we are going to use base model, and now you can say something like name it's of type string, but this is not going to work. This is not the way how you are going to use Pydantic. In order to use Pydantic, create class, and I'm going to create some test class. We are going to provide base model as argument, and in here I'm going to add some fields like name is going to be of type string, then number is going to be of type integer, and address is going to be of type, but for that I'm going to import one more thing, IP v any address. Okay, IP v any address. So we are going to have three fields, name, a number, and IP address. And there are actually many different types with Pydantic. I'm going to show you just these three for now. And now if we say something like t equals test, in here we are going to provide these values. So I'm going to say name it's John, but now I'm intentionally going to make mistake. So number is going to be like 34A, and I'm going to make mistake also with the IP address, and I'm going to say something like 192.168.0 dot let's say 1A. Alright, now if I run this code, you see we have a bunch of errors, and these errors are in regards of these two mistakes. So first I'm going to correct one mistake and I'm going to run it, and we have to solve this problem too. So instead of 34A as string, we are going to say like 35, something like that. And you see now everything executes without any problem. And you can print these values out as with any other class. So I'm going to print t, and I'm going to call address. I'm going to run this code, and as you can see we have this address. And now how to add certain limitations to this rule? It's something like that possible? Well, yes it is, and for that we are going to need one more import, and it's called field validator. We have to create another function within this very same class, and that is going to be function validate. We have to provide two arguments, CLS, and value that is going to be validated, but in here we had to provide the decorator field validator, and in here as string we have to provide a name of field that is going to be validated. So I'm going to validate address. Alright, and now if not, let's say, first I'm going to search through this address as string, and string from address, no, not from address, from value, because we are going to provide this value, and with, or better, starts with 200. We are going to say something like with 200, and then we are going to return value. All right. Now if I execute this code, check this out, we have this function executed. IP address must start with 200. Now if we change this IP address into 200.168.0.1, you see we don't have this error. So guys, that's all for this episode. I hope that you learned something new and interesting, so please like, subscribe, and see ya!